ขวัญพระโคจึงเป็นตัวแทนของความเข้มแข็งและความอุดมสมบูรณ์ตามคติของศาสนาพราหมณ์นำหลักธรรมศาสนาปรัชญาเศรษฐกิจพอเพียงวิถีวัฒนธรรมไทยสู่ใจไทยทุกคนโดยกรมการศาสนากระทรวงวัฒนธรรม
ซึ่งก็หมายถึงผู้เป็นเจ้าทรงเป็นมหาเทพผู้ยิ่งใหญ่ใน3โลกคือโลกมนุษย์โลกสวรรค์และโลกนรกมีอำนาจทำลายทุกสิ่งอย่างรู้จิตใจมนุษย์ประสานพลังแห่งจักรวาลเป็นที่เกรงกลัวแก่อสูรและสิ่งชั่วร้ายทั้งปวงทั้งอย่างเป็นเทพแห่งผู้ประทานพรด้วยเพราะฉะนั้นเมื่อมีการอัญเชิญพระอิศวรหรือพระศิวะเข้ามาประดิษฐานในบริเวณมณฑลพิธีอันศักดิ์สิทธิ์แห่งนี้สิ่งที่เป็นอัปมงคลทั้งหลายก็จะไม่สามารถที่จะกล้ำกลายเข้ามาภายในพิธีอันศักดิ์สิทธิ์นี้ได้เลยครับองค์ที่สองครับที่มีการอัญเชิญเทวรูปมาคือพระพรหมซึ่งก็หมายถึงมหาเทพผู้สร้างโลกเป็นผู้ให้สิ่งทั้งปวงให้ชีวิตและลิขิตชีวิตมนุษย์นั่นก็คือเป็นการบ่งบอกความหมายว่าข้าวก็เปรียบเสมือนอาหารที่ให้ชีวิตการดำเนินชีวิตการดำรงชีวิตของมนุษย์นั่นเองครับองค์ที่3ครับคือพระนารายณ์หรือพระวิษณุหมายถึงเทพผู้ปกปักรักษาโลกมีอาหารอันอุดมสมบูรณ์เป็นเทพผู้รักษาธรรมะและเป็นผู้ดูแลความสงบร่มเย็นครับองค์ที่4ครับคือพระพิฆเนศหรือพระพิฆเนศวรหมายถึงเทพผู้ทรงปัญญายิ่งขจัดอุปสรรคทั้งมวลอำนวยความสำเร็จเป็นสากลมีผู้นับถือมากที่สุดเพราะฉะนั้นในพิธีพราหมณ์ทั้งหมดนั้นต้องมีการอัญเชิญพระพิฆเนศหรือพระพิฆเนศวรมาในทุกพิธีเลยทีเดียวเพราะเป็นเทพที่ประสาทพรให้พระราชพิธีที่สำคัญและเป็นมงคลยิ่งนี้ประสบความสำเร็จไร้อุปสรรคปัญหาใดๆครับองค์ที่4คือพระแม่อุมาหมายถึงเทวีแห่งพลังอำนาจอันยิ่งใหญ่แสดงถึงความดีและความงามองค์ที่6ครับพระลักษมีหมายถึงเทพแห่งความมั่งคั่งอุดมสมบูรณ์ด้วยทรัพย์สินเงินทององค์ที่7ครับพระพลเทพซึ่งเป็นเทพที่สำคัญครับในพระราชพิธีนี้โดยเฉพาะเลยคือเทพแห่งการเกษตรมีคันไถเป็นอาวุธซึ่งพระพลเทพนี่แหละครับจะมีเจ้าหน้าที่พราหมณ์นะฮะอัญเชิญพระพลเทพเดินไปในขบวนพญาแรกนาในขณะไถจรดพระนางคันในลานแรกนาด้วยจะมีพราหมณ์ผู้ถือเทพองค์นี้แหละครับพระพลเทพคือเทพแห่งการเกษตรมีคันไถเป็นอาวุธครับ8คือพระภูมิเทวีหรือพระมเหมวรีหมายถึงเทพแห่งแผ่นดินแน่นอนที่สุดครับว่าการเกษตรจะทำได้ดีต้องบูชาเทพแห่งแผ่นดินหรือพระภูมิเทวีซึ่งจะทำให้แผ่นดินนั้นเกิดความอุดมสมบูรณ์และเทพสุดท้ายคือพระโคอสุภะแน่นอนที่สุดครับว่าชาวนาใช้พระโคหรือใช้โคในการเทียมแอบเพื่อไถให้ได้ผลผลิตข้าว
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับสวัสดีครับ
วันนี้โทรทัศน์รวมการเฉพาะกิจแห่งประเทศไทยนะคะขอนำคุณผู้ชมทุกท่านรับชมการถ่ายทอดสดในโอกาสที่พระบาทสมเด็จพระเจ้าอยู่หัวและสมเด็จพระนางเจ้าพระบรมราชินีเสด็จมาในการพระราชพิธีพืชมงคลจรดพระนางคันแรกนาขวัญประจำปีพุทธศักราช 2567 ณ มณฑลพิธีท้องสนามหลวงค่ะ
สำหรับพระราชพิธีพืชมงคลจรดพระนางคันแรกนาขวัญ นั้นเป็นพิธีการที่จัดขึ้นเพื่อบำรุงขวัญและกำลังใจของชาวนาและเกษตรกรทั่วประเทศนะครับกำหนดจัดขึ้นในเดือน6ของทุกปีซึ่งเป็นฤดูกาลที่เหมาะสมที่จะเริ่มต้นการทำนาและเกษตรกรรมนอกจากนี้ครับตั้งแต่ปีพุทธศักราช 2509 เป็นต้นมาคณะรัฐมนตรีในขณะนั้นยังกำหนดให้เป็นวันเกษตรกรประจำปีอีกด้วยครับ
และสำหรับผู้บรรยายในวันนี้ประกอบด้วยดิฉันจิรนันท์เขตพงศ์คุณเกณฑ์สิทธิ์กันทจันทร์และผู้บรรยายภาคภาษาอังกฤษได้แก่ร้อยเอกนายแพทย์ยงยุทธ มายาลาภค่ะ
Television Pool of Thailand welcomes you to the live telecast of the Royal Ploughing Ceremony to be held at Sanam Luang Ceremonial Ground, Bangkok. His Majesty the King will preside over this significant event, which together with the Royal Cultivating Ceremony is aimed at bringing about propitiousness to the nation's crops. For people in Thailand, you can watch this program narrated in English if your television set has a dual language system, or on the thainews.prd.go.th website and Facebook NNT of the National News Bureau of Thailand.
และสำหรับในช่วงนี้นะคะขอนำทุกท่านรับชมบรรยากาศการถ่ายทอดสดค่ะ
You're now seeing the live picture coming from Sanam Luang Ceremonial Ground in Bangkok, where the royal plowing ceremony will soon take place. พระราชพิธีพืชมงคลจรดพระนางคันแรกนาขวัญ or the cultivating and plowing ceremony consists of two ceremonies, which are the royal cultivating ceremony and the royal plowing ceremony. The cultivating ceremony is a religious rite conducted by a congregation of honorific monks on the first day of the royal ceremonies and is held at the ordination hall of the Temple of the Emerald Buddha. The royal plowing ceremony is a Brahmin ceremony to be carried out the next day, which is today, at the Sanam Luang Ceremonial Ground. Now we're seeing the recorded video tape from yesterday's event, the royal cultivating ceremony, which was held at 4 p.m. at the Temple of the Emerald Buddha inside the Grand Palace. His Majesty King Rama X graciously presided over the ceremony. His Majesty was accompanied by Her Majesty Queen Suthida Pacharasutha Phimolak. This is a Buddhist royal ceremony carried out in the main chapel of the Temple of the Emerald Buddha, or Wat Phra Sri Ratana Sasadaram. His Majesty lighted candles and incense as a gesture of paying respect to the Emerald Buddha, and Prakan Than Rat, or the Buddha images that bring about rainfall, and other important Buddha images in the hall. The highest ranking dignitary belonging to the royal chapter of monks being present in the royal ceremony at the level of Prachakana presented the Buddhist precepts. His Majesty then sprinkled lustre water over the Praputtha Padima Chayavat, Buddha image of the reign of the King Rama IX, Prakanthan Rat Buddha images, and sprinkle lustre water over the rice seeds to be used during the royal plowing ceremony, and scattered flowers over and offer garlands to the Buddha images to pay homage to them. His Majesty the King then poured water from a conch shell over the hand of Mr. Prayun Insakun, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, who is this year's Lord of the Royal Plowing Ceremony, or Praya Rekna. He then presented bay leaves to Mr. Prayun and anointed his forehead as marks of royal blessing and auspiciousness to the Lord of Plowing. After that, His Majesty conferred the 9 gem rings and the royal cord to Praya Rekna. His Majesty poured water from a conch shell over the hands of the 4 celestial maidens or 4 tapis, presented bay leaves to them and anointed their foreheads as marks of royal blessing and auspiciousness to them. At the same time, the congregation of monks chanted prayers, officials blew conch shells and flutes and played a number of other Thai traditional musical instruments to mark the significance of the occasion. His Majesty then presented the 4 necessities of Buddhist monks, namely food, raiment, clothing, abode, and medicine, to Parachakana, the highest ranking dignitary belonging to the royal chapter of monks, being present in the royal ceremony, and members of the congregation of monks. Their Majesties then pour water into receptacles as a mark of dissemination of merit made to the guardian spirits and royal ancestors. And that's the event that took place yesterday at the ordination hall of the Temple of the Emerald Buddha. Now, this is the recorded pictures from early this morning, the day of the plowing ceremony. At approximately 7:19 a.m., Mr. Prayun Insakun, the Lord of the Royal Plowing Ceremony, accompanied by the 4 tapis, traveled from the Temple of the Emerald Buddha to the Sanam Luang Ceremonial Ground. And once he arrived here, he was then led by a procession of honor and proceeded to the Brahmin Ceremonial Pavilion to pay homage to important images of Hindu gods and made his wishes. He was presented with bay leaves and lustre water by the chief of the Brahmin priest. The bay leaf is a symbol of victorious strength according to the Brahmin faith, and auspicious item to accompany the sacred water of a Buddhist religious ceremony. The Lord of the Royal Plowing Ceremony and the 4 celestial maidens placed the bay leaves over their right earlobes and moistened their temples with lustre water being presented to them. The Lord of the Royal Plowing Ceremony will now make the selection of cloth to be used during the ceremony. And this is a rite performed by พระยาแรกนา to predict the amount of rainfall during the coming season by selecting one of the 3 pieces of cloth that are in different lengths, namely 4 kub, 5 kub, and 6 kub. Kub is a Thai unit of linear measurement from the tip of the thumb to the tip of the middle finger when the hand is fully spread out. And depending on the selection, the predictions are then made. Now we come back to the live picture coming from the area of the Sanam Luang Ceremonial Ground. We can see the Royal Pavilion located on the right-hand side of the picture with the pavilions for the participants as well as pavilions for the members of the diplomatic corps being placed all around the compound. The Brahmin Pavilion is located down towards the southern part of the Sanam Luang Ceremonial Ground. The procession is now prepared to march. The Royal Plowing Ceremony Day has existed for a long time to give moral support to rice farmers and to predict weather conditions and rice yields to be rolled out in the approaching harvest season. And the annual plowing ceremony usually takes place in May every year at Sanam Luang near the Grand Palace in Bangkok. The ceremony has been performed since ancient times and designed to give an auspicious beginning to the new planting season. In fact, the plowing ceremony is of Brahmin origin and it was practiced even before the birth of the Lord Buddha, who then as a prince used to take part in the ceremony. The auspicious day and time are to be set by the royal Brahmin astrologers during the reign of King Rama IX. Although their majesties were present at the ceremony, the king no longer took the leading role. His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great or the late King Rama IX appointed the Lord of Plowing as his representation to carry out the rites. So during the colorful ceremony that you will witness in a moment, the amount of rainfall to be expected in the coming season is forecast. The Lord of the Royal Plowing Ceremony is offered a choice or had already been offered a choice of 3 lengths of cloth all looking identical, and that choice, if it was the longest one, there will be little rain during the coming year. His Majesty the King has now arrived. Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen have now arrived at the ceremonial ground during this auspicious time, which has been designated to be between 9 minutes past 8 a.m. and 39 minutes past 8 a.m. His Majesty received reports from officials organizing the ceremony today. As I have mentioned, during the reign of King Rama IX, although their majesties were present at the ceremony, The king no longer took the leading role, and His Majesty, the late King Rama IX, appointed the Lord of Ploughing as his representation to carry out the rites. And early on, we have seen the Lord of Ploughing being offered a choice of 3 lengths of cloth, all looking identical, and if his choice was the longest one, there will be little rain during the coming year. If it is the shortest one, rain will be plentiful, while the one of medium length indicates average rain. After donning the piece of cloth called Panung, the ploughing lord would then plough furrows in Sanam Luang with a sacred plough of red and gold drawn by sacred white bulls, and followed by 4 consecrated ladies who carried gold and silver baskets filled with rice seeds. Walking alongside the plough are Brahmins who are chanting and blowing conch shells. When the ploughing is finished, the bulls are presented with 7 different foods and drink, and these are rice seed, beans, maize, hays, sesame seed, water, and alcoholic liquor. Whatever the bulls choose to eat or drink, it is forecast that this will be plentiful during the year. And after the ceremony has ended, the crowd scramble for the seeds sown by the ploughing lord, as the seeds are regarded as things that will bring the owners wealth and good luck. The farmers will mix the seeds with their own rice to ensure a good crop in the coming year. Priya Ragna, or the Lord of the Royal Ploughing, has now done the selected cloth on top of the costume he had already put on. He is now in procession, accompanied by the 4 celestial maidens and the ceremonial bulls, together with members of the Royal Institute, in order to start the Royal Ploughing ceremony. Priya Ragna will first stop in front of the Royal Pavilion and pay salutation to His Majesty the King before proceeding to the ploughing area. Priya Ragna, or the Lord of the Royal Ploughing ceremony for this year 2024, is Mr. Prayun Insakun, Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives. He is 59 years old. He's graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Cooperative Economics from the Teachers College of Pranakonศรีอยุธยา. He received a master's degree in Public Administration from Niwattana University, presently Western University. He became a government official in the Cooperative Promotion Department, Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives in 1992, and held various positions in the Cooperative Promotion Department and became the Deputy Director General of the Cooperative Promotion Department in 2017. He was appointed as the Inspector of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives in 2019 and the Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives in 2020. He became the present Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives on the 1st of October 2022. After the Lord of Ploughing has paid salutation to His Majesty the King, he has now entered the ploughing area. The pair of ceremonial bulls will now be yoked to a plough handle, and Priya Ragna will anoint their heads and the handle as a mark of auspiciousness. And then he will take the handle of the plough and begin to plough 3 concentric furrows and 3 crosswise furrows, and at the same time scatter the rice seeds from the baskets carried by the tapis or celestial maidens. And the annual ploughing ceremony usually takes place in May every year at Sanam Luang Ceremonial Ground near the Grand Palace in Bangkok. And the ceremony has been performed since ancient times and designed to give an auspicious beginning to the new planting season. So for our foreign visitors, you're welcome to come to watch this ceremony here at Sanam Luang Ceremonial Ground can make preparation for the event, which will be announced, the date which will be announced quite early on in the year. So the ceremonial bulls have made their selections, and the astrologers are now discussing about the results and make the prediction, and we'll soon hear about the prediction result. The ploughing ceremony is of Brahmin origin, and it was practiced even before the birth of Lord Buddha, who then as a prince used to take part in the ceremony, and the auspicious day and time are to be set by the royal Brahmin astrologers. Moment early on, we have seen the use of the bale leaves, and the bale leaves were presented by His Majesty the King to the Lord of the Royal Ploughing Ceremony and the four celestial maidens.
ฝ่าละอองธุลีพระบาทปกเกล้าปกกระหม่อมข้าพระพุทธเจ้านายอภัยสุทธิสังรองปลัดกระทรวงเกษตรและสหกรณ์ขอพระราชทานพระบรมราชวโรกาสกราบบังคมทูลผลการเสี่ยงทายของพญาแลกนาเนื่องในงานพระราชพิธีพืชมงคลจรดพระนางคันแลกนาขวัญประจำปีพุทธศักราช 2567 โหนหลวงได้ให้คำพยากรณ์ว่าพญาแลกนาเสี่ยงทายผ้าสำหรับนุ่งไปประกอบพิธีจรดพระนางคันแลกนาขวัญดังนี้เสียงผ้านุ่งปีนี้5 คืบพยากรณ์ว่าน้ำสำหรับปีนี้จะมีปริมาณพอดีข้าวกล้าในนาจะได้ผลบริบูรณ์และพลาหารมังสาหารจะอุดมสมบูรณ์ดีการเสี่ยงทายพระโคกินเลี้ยงปีนี้พระโคกินน้ำหญ้าพยากรณ์ว่าน้ำท่าจะบริบูรณ์พอควรพร้อมด้วยธัญญาหารพลาหารภักษาหารมังสาหารอุดมสมบูรณ์ดีกินเหล้าพยากรณ์ว่าการคมนาคมสะดวกยิ่งขึ้นการค้าขายกับต่างประเทศดีขึ้นทำให้เศรษฐกิจเจริญรุ่งเรืองด้วยเกล้าด้วยกระหม่อมขอเดชะ
The prediction has been made by the royal astrologers and read by one of the deputy Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives. The selection of the cloth made by the Lord of Ploughing was that the medium one, the 5 cube, was picked, and this mean the rainfall would be average and rice would be abundant, fruit and animal meats will be bountiful. And as for the selection of the ceremonial bulls, they chose the water or hay and the rice liquor. That would mean the rainfall will be average. Cereals, fruit and food and animal meat will be abundant. Transportation will improve, foreign trade will grow, and the economy will prosper.
ผู้แทนสหกรณ์ดีเด่นแห่งชาติรวม7 สหกรณ์รวมผู้เข้ารับพระราชทานโล่รางวัลปีนี้จำนวน38 รายดังมีรายนามต่อไปนี้
National Excellent Agriculturists, Agricultural Institute and Cooperatives, and Agricultural Wisdom Philosopher of the year 2024, selected by the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, will be bestowed awards by His Majesty the King. For the National Excellent Agriculturist 2024, the recipients are for rice grower is Mrs. Thongmet Prompitak from Paisali District, Nakhon Sawan Province. Orchard farming, Mr. Pradap Pinnak from Meung Uttaradit District, Uttaradit Province. Crop farming, Mr. Suriya Hongtawin from Lamsonthi District, Lopburi Province. Mixed agriculture, Mrs. Anchan Sukjan from Sangkat District, Surin Province. Sericulture plantation, Mr. Pinit Kaepimai from Khon District, Chayapum Province. Animal husbandry, Mr. Samrit Inchaliao from Pattananikom District, Lopburi Province. Freshwater animal breeder, Mr. Suchat Piyasirit Non from Dontum District, Nakhon Pathom Province. Brackish water animal breeder, Mr. Natachai Nakasem from Wosai District, Nakhon Si Thammarat Province. Ornamental fishes breeder and Aquatic Plants Cultivator Mr. Thirut Anawat Siriwong from Mung Payao District, Payao Province. Forestry Plantation Agriculturist Mr. Sumit Sirisut from Tham Phanara District, Nakhon Si Thammarat Province. Farm Accounting Mrs. Uwaiporn Rachalek from Kongra District, Pathalung Province. Agricultural Land Reform Mr. Sunit Damban from Khemarat District, Ubon Ratchathani Province. Good Agricultural Practice Mr. Lair Powat from Po Pratap Chang District, Pichit Province. Organic Agriculture is Pilot Officer Bancha Pecharak from Mung District, Mung Singburi District, Singburi Province. Advisor to Group of Young Smart Farmers Mr. Noktikrai Jom Papin from Long District, Phrae Province. Member of Young Agriculturist Group or Young Smart Farmer Ms. Ratanakan Nuwanjan from Kwan Khanun District, Pathalung Province. For National Excellent Agricultural Institute 2024, for Rice Grower Group Ban Taw Nimit Rice Agriculture Group from Sumen District, Phrae Province. Orchard Farming Group Ban Kamkha Rubber Plantation Agricultural Group from Pannanikhom District, Sukarnakhon Province. Livestock Group Khao Chai Son Thai Beef Cattle Breeding Agriculturist Community Enterprise from Khao Chai Son District, Pathalung Province. Fishery Group or Aquatic Animal Breeder Group Nai Nang Local Fishery Conservation Group from Mung Krabi District, Krabi Province. Process Aquatic Animal Group Community Enterprise of the Thung Rong Thong Agricultural Housewives Group from Palien District, Trang Province. For the category of Agricultural Housewife Group, Puttoi Weaving Agricultural Housewife Group from Vichianburi District, Phetchabun Province is the winner. Young Smart Farmers Group Ban Lao School Young Smart Farmer Group from Long District, Phrae Province. For Rice Seed Production Group Samaki Pankao Rice Seed Producer Group from Payuhak Kiri District, Nakhon Sawan Province. Irrigation Water User Agriculture Institute Muang Pia Irrigation Water Management Group from Melan District, Pattani Province. Community Rice Production and Promotion Center for Hormeli Rice or Fragrant Jasmine Rice, Lomret Sub-District Community Rice Center from Thern District, Lampang Province. Community Rice Production and Promotion Center for other kinds of rice species, Ban Po Cherern Community Rice Center from Meung Chainat District, Chainat Province. Community Enterprise is the Amnat Cherern Province Organic Agriculturist Community Enterprise Network from Meung Amnat Cherern District, Amnat Cherern Province. Now for the category of National Excellent Cooperatives 2024, there are 7 cooperatives receiving the awards. Agricultural Cooperative Layer Breeder Chiang Mai Lamphun Cooperative Limited from Hang Dong District, Chiang Mai Province. Dairy Cattle Cooperative is the Tha Luang Dairy Cattle Cooperative Limited from Tha Luang District, Lopburi Province. Rubber Producer Cooperative is Erawan Pathana Rubber Plantation Fund Cooperative Limited from Erawan District, Le Province. Water User Cooperative is the Ban Thai Wat Phaya Bandan electrically run water pumping station Water User Cooperative Limited from Pichai District, Uttarakhand Province. Saving Cooperative is the Lamphun Public Health Saving Cooperative Limited from Meung Lamphun District, Lamphun Province. Credit Union Cooperative is the Kurusapa Meung District, Chiang Mai Limited Credit Union Cooperative from Merung District, Chiang Mai Province. And the Shop Cooperative is the Maharat Nakhon Si Thammarat Hospital Shop Cooperative Limited from Meung Nakhon Si Thammarat District, Nakhon Si Thammarat Province. There are also 3 distinguished persons receiving the awards of National Wisdom Philosophers 2024. One awardee in the field of sufficiency economy. The wisdom philosopher for this category is Mr. Winit Thitpat from Meung Kalasin District, Kalasin Province. One awardee in the field of agriculture. The wisdom philosopher for this category is Mr. Pibun Chai Chun Chun from Krathumban District, Samut Sakhon Province. And one awardee in the field of community and network leaders. The wisdom philosopher for this category is Mr. Asadang Siharat from Pichai District, Uttarakhand Province. So those are the recipients of the National Excellent Agriculturist agricultural institutes and cooperatives and agricultural wisdom philosophers of the year 2024. So to recap again one more time about the prediction that was made by the royal astrologers. As for the selection of the cloth made by the Lord of Plowing during the ceremony, he chose the medium one, the 5 cube, and that means the prediction is that the rainfall will be average, rice will be abundant, fruits and animal meat will be bountiful. As for the prediction related to the selection of food offerings made by the ceremonial bulls consume water and hay, and the prediction is that the rainfall will be average. Cereals, fruits, food and animal meat will be abundant. They also consume rice liquor, and the prediction is that transportation will improve, foreign trade will grow, and the economy will prosper. The royal plowing ceremony is now being ceremoniously paraded from the ceremony ground. The procession will move towards the royal pavilion, where the Lord of the Plowing will give salutation to His Majesty the King. The Lord of the Plowing will then proceed to his motorcade, accompanied by the 4 celestial maidens. They will travel to Chilada Palace, His Majesty the late King Rama IX's royal residence, to await the arrival of His Majesty the King at the experimental farming plot in the Chilada Garden Royal Project. And once His Majesty the King arrives at the experimental farming plot in the Chilada Garden Royal Project, the Lord of the Royal Plowing Ceremony will then scatter the seeds in the plowing area of the Chilada Garden Royal Project. That is to prepare the rice crops to be harvested for the next year's event. So after the departure of Phra Rekna, His Majesty the King will leave Sanam Luang ceremonial ground by the royal motorcade to Chilada Palace. And once His Majesty has arrived there, the final part of the ceremony will take place. He will grant permission for the royal plowing lord to scatter rice seeds, as I have mentioned. After the royal plowing ceremony is completed within the area of the Sanam Luang ceremonial ground, people who have been gathering since early morning to witness the event will burst onto the field and pick up the sacred rice seeds to take home and mix them with their rice seeds for auspiciousness or to keep as their luck charm. Since 1966, the Cabinet declared Plowing Ceremony Day as the annual Agriculturist Day. This is to make agriculturists aware of the importance of agriculture and to remind them to take part in the ceremony to bring about good luck and wealth for themselves and the country as a whole. Since then, the Agriculturist Day has been observed together with the rice grains blessing and plowing ceremony. The Lord of the Royal Plowing Ceremony is now ceremoniously paying salutation to to His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen. Rice is a staple cereal that nurtures the lives of the Thai people and of more than half of the world's population. In terms of civilization, rice is fundamental to the culture of many Eastern countries, where the words rice and food are synonymous. As Thailand is located in a tropical zone close to the equator, the country has a hot and humid climate, where the south and the east come under tropical monsoon conditions. The variety of local weather conditions and prevalent soil fertility work to widen biological diversity, especially in terms of rice varieties, both cultivated and wild. In Thailand, rice can be compared to a gift from the land that thrives on rain falling from the sky. Going back more than 5,000 years, the ancestors on this land in prehistoric times already knew how to grow rice for food. Later on, as the various kingdoms came along, there was an accumulation of knowledge and local wisdom which were passed on from generation to generation until there were research and development institutes to teach Thai farmers to choose appropriate cultivation techniques and rice strains. This led to Thailand becoming well known for the diversity of rice varieties, numbering in the tens of thousands of both cultivars and wild species. This has allowed the country to be the world leader in rice and dominated the world's rice markets for decades. The life of Thai farmers, tilling paddy fields during planting seasons, requires utmost forbearance and perseverance, and has been practiced for generations. Thai farmers endeavor to produce rice in their paddy fields according to agreed standards. With attention paid in every step of cultivation, consumers are assured of the quality of Thai rice, certain of receiving a healthy product, providing wholesome nourishment, and most importantly, of its unique, delicious taste. Thriving, if aggressive, competition for sales had led Thai farmers to drop the organic agriculture of their forefathers and turn to using chemicals to make more profit while neglecting the quality of the environment. But thanks to His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great or the late King Rama IX's far and wide vision, there has been the formulation and propagation of new theory of practicing mixed agriculture, as well as the philosophy of sufficiency economy, which means generating sufficient income for oneself and one's family while taking part in the development of the national economy without harm to health, quality of life, or the environment. The Lord of Plowing has now boarded his motorcade. He'll be accompanied on his journey by the four celestial maidens to the Chitada Palace, the experimental rice crop there, where he will be scatter the rice seeds over the experimental plot by the royal permission of His Majesty the King, so that the new rice can be cultivated for the next year event. Thailand is an agricultural country. This green nation has prioritized agricultural activities, especially rice growing, which has been the very foundation of the country throughout its history. The king, in his capacity as the patron monarch of agriculturists, carries the vital duty of lifting the spirit of agriculturists. This is clearly seen in this royal plowing ceremony, a cherished sacred right to heighten the morale of all rice farmers. The royal plowing ceremony has been part of the culture common to ethnic Thai tribes living in Thailand and its surrounding areas. It takes place annually at the beginning of the rainy season in the 6th lunar month, that is in May. His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen are now departing Sanam Luang Ceremonial Ground. They'll be traveling by the royal motorcade to Jitlada Palace, the late King Rama IX's royal residence. There, he will grant permission for the Lord of the Royal Plowing Ceremony to scatter the royal seeds in the experimental plot for the use in the next year's Royal Plowing Ceremony. A number of people joining the event today wearing the yellow shirts or the yellow t-shirts. The yellow color represents the color of the day of birth of His Majesty the King. Many of them are holding the royal photographs of Their Majesties the King and Queen, and these are the agriculturists who receive awards for their distinguished achievement in the field of agriculture, being presented by His Majesty the King personally to them. Great number of people attending this event every year. Not only the high-ranking officials from all the government sectors and representatives of the private sectors and state enterprises, but also members of the general public of all walks of life. We are looking at some of these pavilions. There's one distinguished one, which is the ceremonial pavilion. This is the place where the statues of the important Hindu gods, such as พระอิศวร พระพรหม พระนารายณ์ พระอุมาภควดี พระมหาวิษณุ พระลักษมี พระพลเทพ and พระโคอุสุภราช เทพี พระอินทร์ พระภูมิเทวี were brought to the ceremony area and placed there in the Brahmin pavilion. 7 Hindu god statues were brought from the sacred shrine in Bangkok, and they are พระอิศวร พระพรหม พระนารายณ์ พระอุมาภควดี พระมหาวิษณุ พระลักษมี and พระภูมิเทวี while the other statues were from the Grand Palace, and they were เทพี พระอินทร์ พระพลเทพ and พระโคอุสุภราช. Prapulatep is regarded as the guarding spirit, mostly carved from wood or decorated with intricate patterns and enshrined in a small spirit house. And the statue of this guarding spirit for the royal plowing ceremony has a distinctive characteristic of holding a plow handle in his hand, and this is known as Prapulatep Bak Kantai. For more than half of humanity, rice is life. It is the grain that has shaped the history, the culture, the diet, and the economy of billions of people of Asia. Many of them sleep on rice straw, drink rice liquor, and offer rice to their gods. The growth stage of the rice crop marks the passage of time and season. In the languages of China, Japan, and many others, the day begins with morning rice and ends with evening rice. In this part of the world, rice is not just a cereal, it's the root of civilization. So here's where the actual ceremonial bulls and the reserve ceremonial bulls are being cared for during the event. The actual ceremonial bulls are the one on the right, พระโคพอ and พระโคเพียง The reserve ones on the left, พระโคเพิ่ม and พระโคพูน The ceremonial bull, as I have mentioned, according to Brahmin religion, means the angel who serves as a vehicle for พระอิศวร comparable to the strength and labor utilization, and also means a pet that was looked after by พระกฤษณะ and พระพลเทพ comparable to abundance of agricultural produce. Thus, the royal plowing ceremony, male bulls had always been chosen to take part since the reign of King Rama I to represent the strength and propitiousness. And the pavilion on the right that you see a moment ago is the Brahmin pavilion. So we have seen the award presentation by His Majesty the King to a number of agriculturists who had made great achievements in their occupations and contribute significantly to the economy of the country with their agricultural occupation, with their dedication and their hard work. Let me mention again about 3 distinguished persons receiving the awards of National Wisdom Philosophers of this year. One awardee is in the field of sufficiency economy, and he is Mr. Winit Thitpat from Mueang Kalasin District, Kalasin Province. The other wisdom philosopher